Libra, that is the sound God is hearing from you about what you want to do for your next moves, okay? It's such a fab month for you to shine, heal yourself, get that kind of narrative of perfection that's kind of been undermining you in the past and blaming yourself for situations, including of those of the heart. That all goes by the wayside if you allow it this month, if you can really put that solid footing forward, okay? Because God's got and the universe have got some really big karmic gifts for you, but you're still lingering in yesterday. You're killing me with this stuff because we're still in butterflies and unicorns, and you're kind of the damper to the party about other people and situations that have long gone by the wayside. And I'll say this as well, they needed to go long gone by the wayside, okay? They no longer served you. God is giving you that daylight now to really step forward. The truth will get unveiled for where you need it, okay, if you're still holding on to some of that stuff, because I think that's part of the nostalgia look to the past. But I really need you to kind of really lift up and move forward, because that's where the rewards are. They are definitely not in yesterday, okay? I hate to be the bummer to that news, but I know you know it as well. And let's get into why I'm saying it. Is the first placement is the significator in the overall reading is the sun. It's a major arcana card. We have 6 of them here in the reading, so a major life shift is happening. I know you know this as well, Libra. You've been kind of toying with moving forward, 3 steps, back 4. 4 steps forward, back 5. Maybe we go 5s forward and maybe only 4 back, but it's the going back that's killing us here. So we need to move forward. That's the indicator of the sun. And in modern day tarot, right, everything gravitates to the sun, and our ideas, right, ourselves, we get a chance to shine. It's about a spot, being in the spotlight for yourself, for you and your ideas, and your heart as well. You know, that's a really paramount part of Libra. But also to the ancient tarot, it allowed your heart and your mind to open up, and God and the universe can get in there like a laser beam to kind of dispel any lingering of anxieties or fears and insecurities, especially from the past, right? And those hurts. And even in the past reflection, we've got the Queen of Swords there. She's that hard idea of perfection to ourselves and others. If you were doing legalities and business contracts, she's great at that past reflection. But if you've been aiming those swords and pouring away emotion to yourself, that's just a killer for a Libra, and it's not the combo that you need at all right? So it's a good day, a new day is dawning, and it starts with that sun. But what's interesting, what's blocking that manifestation of your glow and you getting rid of that kind of like fears and all those kind of things that just hold us back of emotional baggage, right? The world is a new start. Not only is it a major arcana, it ends a major arcana. So those life lessons learned in one chapter of your life, and it's been doozies, don't get me wrong, and it's been a long time, but they're closing now, and I know you know this, and it gives me an indicator that you're not going in the sun. You're still staying in the shadows, and we'll get to this one in a second. And God's answer is you to move forward is to grab your friends and grab new ideas, things that have already started to take kind of a material reality and a firm footing in today and tomorrow, right? And I'll also say this with these kind of combos, if you want to go travel and explore, don't let anything hold you back, okay? Don't let fears or insecurities go get your destiny, Libras, okay? And that 4 is a firm foundation in that area of the creative. So you've got a lot of creative. Your Venus ruled. You rule with the heart. So let's thank God we're kicking this gal to the side with the mind. And here's kind of the bummer to the party as well. The 6 of Cups in that 4 position, the gut, okay? So I know it's really still sitting there with you. And that's that nostalgia card. It has come up several times in the last few months. And it's just, all our cups are there, but it's our lingering in yesterday is just really holding us back, and it's not useful to you anymore. And also too, I think it materialized this gal from the past, that Queen of Swords, like I said, that ideal of perfection, where I think you might have been aiming that sword, like, oh, I did, or let's say a relationship didn't work out, whether it's a lover, family, or friend, you've had the whole gamut everywhere. So it's like, don't aim those swords at you. It's like reverse it, okay? I'm not saying aim the swords at other people, but it's more about you being kind and gentle with yourself right now. And that healer position of the 6 is the present. It's the Hierophant is that healer. He takes the universal message of God and makes it a material reality. We become of service in this way. It doesn't matter what you do for a living or what you do for hobbies or anything. All do it with love. And if you're putting yourself back out there as just a first step, that's a great thing, because this guy is by your side to make sure not only do you heal yourself, but you're attracting the right people and situations in your life, okay? But don't be rigid either, because that's the Hierophant, because he could be rigid religion as well in tarot. So just make sure that you're finding your own groove, because wheels are changing in all different directions and people are finding their spirituality in different reflections, just like tarot, okay? So trust yourself here. He's the healer. He's your friend. I think that's what this is more about in that present, because it's so celebratory in this reading. And even in the seventh position, another direct reflection of the sun here. It's a direct reflection of self. And it's a Six of Wands. It's a celebratory state in the creative. So we take these guys from the friends and we really bring something forth, like a critical mass of ideas and ourselves. So, part of you is like maybe life and work and friendship is starting to really reach that kind of dynamic of moving forward, but the heart is still lingering in the past. And I need you to kind of catch up with the thing, the rest of the plot, really, Libra, okay? And I say that with love. The 8 is how other people view you, the devil. Another major arcana card. And I think in this case, it's just someone being a sexy tamale. You're a really hot tamale. Libras rule love. They have a sexiness that's really kind of inner confidence, and that's been shaken lately. So don't let that, okay? People see you as that dynamic person. And I'll also say this as a caveat, as a Venus ruled. Let's say you're coming out of that judgment hard time and it has to do with the heart. Don't go out and say, oh, I'm just going to go have a lot of sex with a lot of people, because it's sexual addiction too, right? Okay. So just make sure that balance is right for you and you're doing everything because of the heart, not because of you want revenge or you're punishing yourself or you're trying to prove something even to yourself. That's a dynamic that we don't need here. Okay. In that reflection. And I also say that because in the 9th position is our hopes and fears, and another major arcana card, the Star. She's a doozy. She brings us to our knees. You'll see her there, but she's a past reflection for me. She's also a karmic card, and I need you to kind of stand up, and it's more long overdue now. I'm not going to be even kind about it, Libra. I really need you to stand up and start to move forward, okay? That's a really serious, and don't be afraid of it, because the same stuff that brought you to these kind of enlightened lessons is not the same stuff that's going to happen now. The tough stuff is over. There's a really universal good time here and a break and a celebratory state for you, and the karmic rewards that you get from taking the tough lessons and walking through with God and the universe and trying to be a good person about the whole thing, even when people were not being that way with you. So there's kudos for there, and I want you to get them, Libra, okay? And it's so nice, because in that last placement, that outcome card is the Judgment card. So we have another major arcana, and this literally means karma. That's what the interpretation is, in ancient and modern. It's a big deal. You don't get to any of these cards, like I said, unless you've been a good egg through the process. So that's why that healing nature, that's why that karmic reward and acknowledgement from God and the universe. And here it just says again, you've got this, Libra. I want to give you a big gift, but I need you to come get me, okay? Come greet me in that sunlight, right? In the day. And here's the bonus card. It's what it's all about. And this really tickles the Libra's heart and spirit, the 10 of Pentacles. The happily ever after in family, home, lovers, relationship, work, community. But it's always about love for Libra, right? So this is a great reflection. It's what your heart speaks to. And your heart knows that it didn't deserve what it was getting in the past. Right? It deserves better, and it needs to move forward to get that big gift, and that's what is coming for you, Libra. So believe, believe, believe. It's still butterflies and unicorns. Do not let God hear those crickets any longer. Okay, thanks for visiting the channel. Have a great month, honeys. If you're so inclined, if you would like to subscribe, that would be super cool. Thanks, guys.